All right, race fans, welcome to Midway Speedway. Chase for the championship night, number 7 on the docket tonight. Gonna be a great night of racing action, but race fans, before we get kicked off with tonight's racing action, I'm gonna need you to please rise and remove your hats for tonight's invocation.
All right, let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight, Lord. It's such an honor and a privilege just to be able to call on your name, dear God. We thank you for this beautiful night that you've given us, dear Lord. We pray that you'd hold the rain off till we can get these races in. Here again, this is such a beautiful area of country that you put us in, and such a great country you've placed us in. We thank you so much for it. Pray, dear Heavenly Father, for the races tonight, for a good, safe night of racing. Pray for each driver and each official, each fan, dear God, and pray that you see us all home safely. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
All right, race fans, please continue to stand and with the hats removed and direct your attention to the center of the speedway for the playing of tonight's national anthem. All right, race fans, God bless you for coming out, and God bless you, this United States of America. It's about time to kick off the chase for the championship. Power High Super Stock Style. Heat race number 1 gonna line up like this. Starting on the pole, in the number 7, the Wild Child, Joshua Lewis. On his outside, the 820, Jimmy Thomas. Row number 2, starting on the inside, will be the 21W of Ted Welshmeyer. On his outside, the 05 of Dale Berry. And starting shotgun, row number 3 on the inside, will be the 32 of Jim Bunton. Lights are off, little green flag racing this time, race fans. Get on your feet as we get ready to start rolling tonight with super stock action. Getting ready to drop the green flag. Joshua Lewis there setting the pace. Jimmy Thomas on his outside. Green flag in the air. Championship chase number 7 in the books coming at you right now. Jimmy Thomas to a good lead. Jumping up the high side. Here comes the Wild Child. Lewis getting back to his door panel. Coming into turn number 3, it's going to be a little bit bump and slaying. Lewis going to slide up, send Berry high up the speedway. Down the front stretch, lap number 1's going to go to the 820 of Jimmy Thomas. Into 1 and 2, Berry going to send it in, cut Welshmeyer off as we got a battle raging right there. Good racetrack. Clint and crew put on a fantastic racetrack early right now as Jimmy Thomas going to lead lap number 2. Berry to second on the inside of the Wild Child. Lewis is going to rock and roll. Berry going to check up, almost spins, collects Welshmeyer. Everyone continues to go as the 820 of Jimmy Lewis right now. Kind of on a little bit of cruise control as Berry is giving the 7 Lewis a little bit of a battle right now for that second spot. 3 laps in the book. Berry going to slide in turn number 2 a little slick. Here comes Berry to the inside of Lewis. They're going to come rocking, and Lewis going to drive in hard into turn number 3. Slide up the speedway. Down the front stretch, though, the 820 of Jimmy Thomas is going to be your race leader. Joshua Lewis, Dale Berry, your top 3 right now, but Dale Berry all over the 7 of Lewis as they come into turn number 3 right now. Welshmeyer trying to play a little catch-up as he's been trying to avoid a couple early incidents with the 7 and 05 battling. Down the backstretch, here comes Berry to the inside of Lewis. Down the backstretch, got a little bit of a run here on the 7. Berry gonna send it in low. Lewis gonna send that middle lane coming out of turn number 4, the newly revamped front stretch here at the mighty Lebanon Midway Speedway as Thomas is gonna lead another lap down the backstretch. He's gonna go. Going into turn number 3, gonna come out of turn number 4, checks it up a little bit there. Gonna see the doctor's jacket in the air this time. Jimmy Thomas has been in control from green flag drop as Berry and Lewis have been battling out. Here comes Berry as Welshmeyer's gonna pull off the track. Lewis gonna come out of turn number 4 for the final time at heat race action number 1 tonight. 820 of Jimmy Thomas. Heat race number 1 win. Dale Berry, Joshua Lewis. Now they round out the top 3. All right. Your Power Eye Super Stock Heat Race number 2 going to come out on the track right now. Starting on the pole, the 56, going to be Mark Davis. On his outside, the 164, Michael Muskrat. Row number 2, starting on the inside, will be the 45 of Aaron Poe. On his outside, in the 1D, Daniel Deason. Lights are off. Look to go green flag racing this. Next time by, this is going to be an absolute bad, fast heat race. Michael Muskrat, your national points leader right now for your Power Eye Super Stocks. Lots of speed in this one. Green flag in the air. Mark Davis going to fly sideways down the front stretch. A little bit of smoke already on the 56. And Muskrat's going to go to an early lead down the backstretch. Davis going to try back to get to that quarter panel. But again, smoke on the 56 ride as Poe and Deason going to battle it out there for third. Coming down the front stretch, lap number 1's going to go to the 164 of Michael Muskrat. Mark Davis right behind him there in the 56, going to drive it in hard out of turn number 2. Poe has worked up to that third spot right now. Laps number 2 getting ready to be in the books. Down the front stretch, though, it's been all Michael Muskrat early here in heat race action. Number 2 for your Power Eye Super Stocks. Davis get a little squirrely out of turn number 2, trying to make a good run down the backstretch. They fall single file. Going into turn number 3, you got Muskrat, Davis, and Poe. Your top 3 as they sit down right now. Davis going to get a good run out of turn number 2. Looking to the inside, trying to get to that back door there of Muskrat. Trying to make a stick there. Gets right to the bumper. Going to slide up the speedway a little bit through 3 and 4. Going to come down the front stretch. Mark Davis closing the cap on your current national points leader. And here comes Poe to the inside of Davis. It's about to be a 3-car shootout for your top spot in heat race action. Number 2 for your Super Stocks. Here they come out of turn number 4. Muskrat's going to lead another one. Davis and Poe, your top 3. As they got 6 in the books. 2 more to go. Davis has got a good run again coming out of turn number 2. Muskrat to the high side of the speedway down the backstretch. Davis going to drive it in on the low side. Turn it hard coming out of turn number 4. Poe right to his back bumper. Drag race to the line. Muskrat's going to have his handful. Davis has got the low line. Down into turn number 2. Here comes Davis on a good run down the backstretch. Side by side into turn number 3. Contact between our leaders. Muskrat and Davis get collected. Caution going to be thrown out on the speedway as your leaders slide into each other. Going to bring out the Joker welding caution flag for the first time tonight. As we watch Midwest Sheet Metal instant replay, Davis just got a little loose, slid up the speedway, and got into Muskrat. All right, we're going to get Michael Muskrat going to look at the left front there, going to make sure there's no tire rub. Mark Davis making the turn, going to pit road. Tough break there for the 56. 6 laps in the book. 2 laps remaining. A little bit of fender rub there for the 164 of Michael Muskrat. Got it pulled off. This is going to put the 45 of Aaron Poe to the race lead. Going to move Daniel Deason up to that second spot. Michael Muskrat going to have to tag to the rear of the field. Looking to go green flag racing their bumper to bumper down out of turn number 4. 2-lap shootout. Here they come down the front stretch. Decent on a good restart pole right there as they're going to make a little bit of contact. Decent going to drive it in hard, fly down the back stretch and skyrocket to the race lead. But here comes Michael Muskrat in the 164 coming out of turn number 4. Looking for the doctor's jacket with 1 to go. Daniel Decent there in the 1D right now. Your race leader, Michael Muskrat. As the 45 of Arapaho has a flat tire coming into 3, coming out of turn number 4 for the checkered flag this time. Daniel Decent going to take heat race action win. Michael Muskrat going to take heat race number 2. All right, race fans, coming out on the track is going to be your POWRi Midwest Modifieds for heat race action number 1. Here's how they're going to line up. Starting on the pole in the 05, Cheyenne Bauman. On her outside in the 57X, Russell Venters. Row number 2, starting on the inside in the 68, is going to be Donnie Betts. On his outside in the 32, Smokin' Joe Francis. Row number 3, starting on the inside, will be the 21 of Mason Roden. On his outside, the 4 of Caleb Rhodes. And row number 4, starting on the inside, will be the 25 of Billy Jones. On his outside, the 42 of Trevor Ellingson. All right, race fans, your POWRi Midwest Mod class. Got a good car count with us tonight. Cheyenne Bauman and Russell Venters on your front row. Looking for the green flag this time at a snail's pace through 3 and 4. Getting ready to drop the hammer for the green flag action for your Midwest Modified class. And here they come, gonna thunder down the front stretch. Gonna go 4 wide into turn number 1. Hold on to this one. Smokin' Joe Francis to the high side of the speedway. Gonna get around Venters. Cheyenne Bowman right there on the low side of the speedway. She's gonna slide up. Almost spin in front of the field. She's gonna keep it together, but here comes Joe Francis to an early race lead as he goes from outside row number 2 to the race lead on 1 lap. Joe Francis now your race leader. Cheyenne Bauman right there. In the 2nd spot, Russell Venters. Trevor Ellingson has worked his way up to the 4th spot as they come running down. Donnie Betts sitting there in 5th. Joe Francis right now going to start checking out as Cheyenne going to slide up high. And that's going to open the door for Venters and Ellingson as they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, Bauman gets into Venters. They keep driving though. Good racing all over the speedway as Joe Francis right now says y'all can battle it out. I want to check out Cheyenne looking to the inside of Russell Venters down the back stretch. Trevor Ellingson right now up to that 2nd spot. Donnie Betts as Cheyenne tries to turn it. Keeps it together, but Donnie Betts goes to the infield. Joe Francis right now, your race leader down the front chute. He's gonna go. Check it out right now, the 32. But the 42 of Ellingson trying to reel him in. Russell Venters there in the 57, your top 3. Billy Jones from the back row to the 4th spot. Cheyenne Bauman right there, still in the 05, sitting in that 5th spot as Joe Francis down the front stretch. Gonna go into 1 and 2 is Trevor Ellingson right now, trying to reel in the 32, and your current points leader, Smokin' Joe Francis, as he's gonna go through 3 and 4. Gonna see the doctor's jacket this time for Joe Francis. Trevor Ellingson right there in 2nd. Russell Venters, Billy Jones, Caleb Rhodes, your top 5 right now, but your race leader going into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4 for the final time in heat race action number 1. 3 wheels on the ground. Joe Francis taking the win. Trevor Ellingson and Russell Venters going to be your top 3. All right, race fans, your POWRi Midwest Mod Heat Race number 2 is coming out on the track right now. Here's how they're going to line up. Starting on the pole, the 28 is going to be Wesley Briggs. On his outside in the 64, Pete Richardson. Row number 2, starting on the inside in the 33, Anthony Sliders Ferreira. On his outside, the 14X of Derek the Madman Davis. Row number 3, starting on the inside, will be the 6T of Austin Treadway. On his outside, in the 52, Eric Tenderholt. Row number 4, starting on the inside, in the 14, is going to be Derek Collins. On his outside, in the 15R, Oakley Ragland. Your Power Eye Midwest Modifieds right now on the track. Heat race action number 2. Wesley Briggs, Pete Richardson's how they are on the front row. The former baseball pitcher Anthony Ferreira and on the inside of row number 2. And Derek Davis on his outside. That man has been dubbed the nickname of the Wild Man. As lights are off there in the corners, we're looking to go green, a flag racing this next time by here at the mighty Midway Speedway on a beautiful Friday night in the Ozarks. Briggs and Richardson, your front row, Ferreira and Davis. Row number 2, Treadway and Tenderholt. Collins and Ragland, that's how this one's going to round out as they come down the front stretch. Side by side, Richardson and Briggs going to slide through 1 and 2. Silhouetting each other down the back stretch. They're going to have a good battle going on. 3 wide down towards the end of the field as Richardson cut down in front of Wesley Briggs. Into the race lead on lap number 1 is the 64 of Peter Richardson. Up to third right now, though, is the 33 of Anthony Ferreira. Coming down the backstretch all by his lonesome as Wesley Briggs trying to get back to the rear bumper there of the 64 of Richardson. Richardson's going to lead another lap. Briggs, Ferreira, Davis, and Treadway, your top 5 right now in heat race action. As Richardson slowly starting to check out. Briggs trying to pull closer and closer. At a turn number 4, though, it's going to be Richardson, Briggs, and Ferreira still your top 3. Ferreira now looking to the inside. As Richardson going to come out of turn number 4 on the low side. Ferreira all over the back bumper there of Briggs. Trying to make a run. Ferreira trying to look a little lower, but can't go much lower than where Briggs is running at right now. Peter Richardson starting to check out. He's up there all by himself as Ferreira's going to go on the high side, trying to switch lanes. Coming out of turn number 4, getting a good run down the front stretch. Anthony Ferreira, as we got a caution on the speedway. Going to bring Joker Welding caution out. As that looks like the 6T of Austin Treadway. And the 15R of Oakley Ragland. So those two will tag to the rear of the field. Hey, race fans, right now the car to watch is going to be Anthony Ferreira. He is jumping up high on the speedway, and he was making a little bit of ground there on the 28er Wesley Briggs. As he was making a good run there. I'd like to thank everybody watching on ShowMeDirt.tv. Thanks for hanging out with us, and those of you watching on Facebook Live, thanks for hanging out with us. Love to have you here at the Speedway with us, but we understand it is a beautiful night for racing here in the Ozarks. Those of you watching on Facebook, if you're in the area, you still got time to make it out here and get some racing action as Peter Richardson going to lead them down into 3 and 4. Looking for the green flag, and here we go. Peter Richardson, your race leader, but Anthony Sliders Ferreira getting to the high side of the speedway, going to that second spot down the backstretch. Down the backstretch, Ferreira trying to make a good run on 64 of Richardson, coming through 3 and 4. Down the front stretch, Pete Richardson's going to lead another one, but Ferreira, the former Major League pitcher, going to go through 1 and 2, trying to reel in the 64 of Pete Richardson, who has been in command since lap number 1, but right now Briggs, Mark Davis, and Tenderholt going to come out of 3 and 4, almost 3 wide as the doctor's jacket's in the air. As we got 3 wide into 3 and 4. Briggs is the odd man out there stuck in the middle. Derek the Madman Davis, lots of contact. Briggs cut a tire. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag for Peter Richardson, Anthony Ferreira, and Eric Tenderholt, your top 3. All right, race fans, a little bit of late model time. All right, heat race number 1 for your late models tonight. Starting on the pole in the 88 out of Galena, Missouri, is going to be the 88 of Isaac Keeper. On his outside in the 52, Stephen Price. Row number 2, starting on the inside, is going to be the 4A of Dustin Atkinson. On his outside, the 5JR of Noah Ames, who has stopped on the front stretch at a turn number 4. Had his hand waving out there at something. Noah Ames there, the 5 junior, stopped off at turn number 4. Had a little, I don't know if he had some issues during hot laps. Gonna get a push from the safety crew here. And he's gonna go pit side. Isaac Keeper, Stephen Price, Dustin Atkinson's going to be how we're going to line up for this one. Lights are going to be off. Going to be looking to go green flag racing this next time by. Price there with the orange spoiler. Atkinson there, the tail in the field. Isaac Keeper. Talked to him before the race. First night out for Isaac Keeper. Was waiting on his motor there in the 88. And if you notice, if you watched him last year with the Cash Money Late Model Series, he had a blue ride, but this is a pretty white and red one as he's looking for the green flag in here. We come late model style here at Midway Speedway. Isaac Keeper going to throw it there low in 1 and 2. Price there, and here comes Atkinson to the inside of Price. Down the back chute, they're going to go. Isaac Keeper right now going to go low in 3 and 4. Going to get a good run right now between Atkinson and Price. Going to battle it out there for the second spot to lap number 1 in the books. So Isaac Keeper in control, but here comes Atkinson to the inside of Price. Down the back stretch, going to get in and cut him off there in 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4. Isaac Keeper still your race leader there in the 88. Dustin Atkinson has worked up to second, and Price there sitting in third right now as the laps start ticking down. Coming out of turn number 4 right now, Isaac Keeper in full control right now. Atkinson and Price still slowly battling out. Price just gets a little low through 1 and 2 and bobbles it and gets a lot of distance between him and Atkinson, and the field has spread out right now. And it is all the Isaac Keeper show right now halfway through. Down the back stretch, Isaac Keeper a little slower through the corner. Then Atkinson coming through 3 and 4. Going to be 5 laps in the book this time. Isaac Keeper right now, your race leader. Atkinson trying a little bit different, running to the high side of the speedway into number 1. Down the back stretch, though, still Isaac Keeper, your race leader. But here comes Atkinson running the higher line right now here at Midway Speedway. Trying a little something different. Got a little bit something working for him up there right now as he's gaining momentum down the back stretch. And fires it in through 3 and 4. Race fans coming out of turn number 4. White flags in the air. Does he have enough to catch the 88 of Keeper? Into 1 and 2 for the final time for late model heat number 1. Atkinson getting a good run down the back stretch. Keeper still your race leader on the high side. Here comes Atkinson, going to slide it up high. Nothing doing. 88 of Isaac Keeper going to win heat race number 1. Isaac Keeper, Dustin Atkinson, and Price going to be your top 3 right now for your late models as we get ready for late model heat race number 2. Here's how they're going to line up. Starting on the pole in the 13 is going to be Sean Whitman. On his outside, the 00, Landon Harris. And starting shotgun in the 93D, Josh Dugan. Looking to go green flag racing this next time by Whitman, Harris, and Dugan on the track. Been nothing but fast and furious, pure pandemonium racing out here at Lebanon Midway Speedway tonight. It's been a great night already. Great racing action as Sean Whitman going to lead him at a snail's pace into 3 and 4, looking for the green flag this time. Harris on his outside, Dugan right there in row number 2 as the green flag comes flying. Whitman and Dugan going to go 1 and 2 into 1 and 2. Well, Sean Whitman down the backstretch, got a good run there. Landon Harris, though, keeping pace in 2, 3, and 4 as the field comes single file out of turn number 4. Going to go through lap number 1. Sean Whitman going to lead lap number 1. Here comes Landon Harris trying to go to the high side, trying to get a little bit of momentum there. Right now, Sean Whitman in total control. Josh Dugan right now, though, trying to reel him in. 1, 2, and 3. Sean Whitman coming out of turn number 4 as Harris getting a good run on Dugan. Right now, it's all Sean Whitman, all by himself. Down the front stretch, he's all by himself like the chess club president on prom night. Down the back stretch, he's going to go into turn number 3. He's got some breathing room right now as we got a battle between Harris and Dugan starting to pick up as Landon Harris getting a little bit more gutsy through the corners. Josh Dugan right now trying to find a little bit of a groove to work, having to really steer it through the corners. Might have a little bit of front end issues on that 93D. Down the front stretch, though, Sean Whitman in total control again. All by himself like the chess club president on prom night. That is my new favorite line. As he's going to go into 3 and 4, he's going to see the doctor's jacket coming out this time. Down the front stretch, white flag, 1 to go for the 13 of Sean Whitman. Dugan right there, looks like he found a little something with the steering. It goes through 1 and 2 a little bit better. Definitely hope it drives better for him come feature time, but coming through 3. Coming out of turn number 4 for the final time for late model heat race action, Sean Whitman. All right, it's time for some Power Eye Pure Stocks. Here's how they're going to line up. Starting on the pole, in the 4 is Dusty Rhodes. On his outside, in the 14, Jonathan Finley. Row number 2, starting on the inside in the 8K, Tyler Knudsen. On his outside, the 17, Austin Wilson. Row number 3, starting on the inside, will be the 5 of Justin McDowell. On his outside, in the 41, the young gun of Acola Harris. On the starting shotgun in the 47A is going to be Jack Wood. Had a chance to learn a little bit about Acola Harris. He's got one eye, young 14-year-old driver with us tonight. Good to have him with us there in the 41 as we're green flag racing. He is also driving Big Brother's car as the field comes rumbling down the front stretch. We're going to go 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. As Knudsen there on the inside of Rhodes down the back stretch. They're going to go shuffling around. Knudsen, Rhodes, Wilson right there. Now your top 3 coming out of turn number 4, the 5 of Justin McDowell. As Acola Harris still making his young laps here around the speedway. Wilson looking to the inside of Dusty Rhodes. Down the backstretch, we got a battle for second, tuning up. Rhodes to the high side of the speedway. Wilson going to come there. McDowell there on the high side as well. As right now it's all Tyler Knudsen, Rhodes, Wilson, McDowell, 47A, Jack Wood worked up there. Jonathan Finley has shuffled back to the rear of the pack. And Acola Harris going to round out the field. But right now the battle there for second is Wilson just almost stopped in the middle of 3 and 4 and almost took out Rhodes. And Rhodes got around him there, as right now Knutson's the one all by himself in the front row, as here comes the 5 of Justin McDowell, making a run to the inside of Wilson, looking to get to the inside of Rhodes, coming through 3 and 4, as we got smoke in the back of the 41 of Acola Harris. Down the backstretch, he's going to go trying to stay on the lead lap again, the young 14-year-old driver. Out of Conway, Missouri, but right now it's all the 8K Tyler Knutson. But the 3-car battle for second. McDowell, Rhodes, and Wilson's going to start almost spinning 3 and 4, going to save it. Here comes the 5 of Justin McDowell to the inside of Rhodes. The battle for second is there. Down out of turn number 2, McDowell's got a noselead down the backstretch. They're going to silhouette. Coming in at turn number 3. And for the battle for second is Tyler Knutson. Going to get around Acola Harris here out of turn number 2. A little bit of lap traffic there of the young gun getting lap time in right there. Going to get a picture there running with the leaders. He's going to drive back hard on him. Good run there. As McDowell, as the white flag's going to go, McDowell takes that second spot. From Rhodes down the front stretch, the 5 of McDowell has worked up to second spot. But down the back stretch, into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time for your heat race number 1 for your Power Eye Pure Stocks. Checkered flags in the air for the 8K of Tyler Knutson. All the way then, it's going to be Justin McDowell, Dusty Rhodes, Austin Wilson, Jack Wood, Jonathan Finley, and Acola Harris is going to be how we round out the field. All right, race fans, your Power Eye Pure Stocks heat race number 2 going to roll out onto the track right now. Starting on the pole in the 6, Corey Henson. On his outside in the number 12, Greg Dykstra. Run number 2, starting on the inside, the 1K of Brandon Knutson. On his outside, the 42 of Levi Harris. Row number 3, starting on the inside, the 21 of Carson Groniger. On his outside, the 6 ER of Jeff Hilton. Lights are off, look to go green flag racing. It's been a mad dash of racing action tonight. Your Macadoodles Power Eye Pure Stocks right now going to get paced down the backstretch by Corey Henson and Greg Dykstra. Looking for the green flag, and it's going to wave right now down the front stretch. Henson going to get a good run. Dykstra, they're going to run on the high side, going to try to silhouette him, going to get to that back bumper, have to check up Knutson right there in the 1K. Dykstra going to split the defenders, get to the inside of the speedway, coming out of turn number 4. Lap number 1's going to go to the 12 of Greg Dykstra with Knutson right on his bumper. Oh, big contact down the front stretch as Corey Henson well off the pace, going to stop. Oh, looks like he's back under power, but the 42 of Levi Harris just smoked him as he had nowhere to go as the front end of the 42. Definitely see some cosmetic damage there as the 6 has a flat right rear, and that thing is shredded as he's trying to make it off to pit road. But Dykstra right now has got his hands full with Knutson to the inside as we got spinners in turns 3 and 4 as Harris and Groniger going around silhouette style. Joker welding caution coming out here. I'm going to watch the Midwest Sheet Metal instant replay right here. You see Harris and Groniger there battling it out. And they just make a little bit of just a racing deal there, a little bit of contact going into a corner, getting a little squirrely. Things like that happen. All right, race fans. Those of you watching on ShowMeDirt.tv, thanks for hanging out. Those of you watching live on Facebook, thanks for hanging out. As well as you're watching the Macadoodles Power Eye Pure Stocks right now, live and in living color here at the mighty Midway Speedway, Lebanon, Missouri. Right now, Greg Dykstra is your race leader. Brandon Knutson right behind him. The 6 ER of Jeff Hilton in third is how your top three is going to round out. The 21 of Groninger and the 42 of Levi Harris getting collected there in 3 and 4, bringing out the Joker Welding Caution as there's a little bit of debris on the track still. Safety crews doing a great job getting everything picked up and rocking and rolling. All right, give him a hand, fans. He's doing a great job picking everything up. Safety crews getting back down to the infield. Gonna go around one more time and go back to green flag race and action. Race fans, I want to let you know that next week, along with weekly racing of all 5 classes, the first annual Kids Penny Scramble right here during intermission down here on the front stretch. So the first annual Kids Penny Scramble gonna be happening right here. Also tonight for your pure stock, $400 to win, courtesy of 4G Home Improvement and Wild Oak Campground. So $400 on the line as we look to go back green flag racing. Green flag's back in the air. Greg Dykstra getting off to a good start, but he's got his hands full with the 1K of Brandon Knudsen right there on his back bumper. Was making a good run before the caution come out. Groninger getting to the back end of the Hilton as they're going to go single file down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Dykstra, Knudsen, Hilton still your top 3 as Harris and Groninger going to get side by side. Here comes Knudsen down the back stretch. Going to get a good run here on the back of Dykstra. Knudsen trying to find a different line. Not there. Got a little bit of opening here. Coming out of turn number 4 on the low side of the speedway. Almost side by side of the front stretch going into turn number 1. Dykstra going to have to slide up to the middle of the speedway as here comes Brandon Knudsen. Down the back stretch, they're going to go. Knudsen right now has got a nose lead advantage going into 3. Coming in through 3, coming out of turn number 4. Dykstra going to try to cross him up a little bit. Nothing doing as Hilton got a little squirrely right there as Levi Harris gets around the 21 of Groninger there for that 4th spot. Right now, though, the battle for the lead. Knudsen and Dykstra coming out almost bumper to bumper down the front stretch. White flag is going to wave. Brandon Knudsen right now, your race leader down the backstretch for the final time for heat race number 2. $400 on the line later tonight for these guys coming out of turn number 3 into turn number 4 for the final time. Going to go to Brandon Knudsen, Greg Dykstra, Jeff Hilton, Levi Harris, and Carson Groninger. All right, race fans, a little bit of time for your USRA Modifieds. Here's how they're going to line up for heat race number 1, starting on the pole. In the 216, it's going to be Phillip Jackson. On his outside, in the 65, Chris Jackson. Row number 2, starting on the inside, will be the 15H of Jeremy Hazel. On his outside, in the 71C, Cody Crabtree. Not seeing the 71C of Cody Crabtree. Looking to go green flag racing this next time. Phillip Jackson going to lead him down the front stretch, but Chris Jackson says not today. Chris Jackson there in the 65 getting to the front of the speedway. Here comes Jeremy Hazel. Caution on the speedway. Joker Welding caution on the speedway. As the 65 of Chris Jackson was trying to check out early. Going back to the original restart for your J2 Race Cars USRA B Modified Heat Race number 1. It was going to be Phillip Jackson on the inside, Chris Jackson on the outside, Jeremy Hazel. Like I said, I did not see the 71C of Cody Crabtree. Oh, there's a 71C of Crabtree. Getting a little help from a push truck. Some firing issues there on the 71C. Sadly, you can't have the push truck push you around for your race. Oh, think you might have got it fired. Saw him get a little squirrely there as he was trying to pull away there. Looking, he's going to take it off to the pits. Tough break for Cody Crabtree there in the 71C. Going to get this restarted here. It's the Jackson on the front row of Philip Jackson, Chris Jackson, and Jeremy Hazel. Philip Jackson, Chris Jackson looking for the green flag, and here it comes. Jeremy Hazel right there as well. Good start by Chris Jackson there in the 65. He's going to throw it down on 1 and 2. Hayes looking to look to the inside of Philip Jackson down the backstretch. Here we go. Philip Jackson slid up the speedway, lost the pole spot early, and here comes Chris Jackson. Mid-track right now, coming out of turn number 4. Lap number 1's going to go to Chris Jackson, who had his bounty collected on him last week, as Philip Jackson is going to go around in turn number 4. Caution on the speedway for the 216 of Philip Jackson, as he's going to bring out the Joker welding caution flag. Lights are off. It's going to be Chris Jackson, Jeremy Hazel, Philip Jackson, your 3 right now. Heat race action here early in the evening. Looking for the green flag, and here it comes. Chris Jackson just going to hammer down through the floorboard and have a 3-4 car lead before he goes into turns 1 and 2. Hazel. Philip Jackson going to drive back to the inside. A little bit of contact with Hazel out of turn number 2. As Chris Jackson says, see you later, boys. I got races to win. Down the front stretch, going to lead lap number 2. Jeremy Hazel still holding on to that second spot. Philip Jackson on his bumper. Right now, though, Chris Jackson there in the 65 all by himself like the chess player on prom night. At a turn number 4, going to lead another lap in the books as we're halfway through heat race action for heat race number 1 for USRA B Modifieds. As Philip Jackson way off the pace, going to take it to pit road. Chris Jackson, though, going to come down the front stretch with a commanding lead right now over the 15H of Jeremy Hazel. Into turn number 3 goes Chris Jackson, going to come out of turn number 4 with a commanding lead in the 1 and 2. He's going to go, and here comes Hazel down the front stretch, trying to find a little something to figure it out for tonight's main event. $500 on the line for the main event tonight for your USRA B Modifieds. It's Chris Jackson right now still all in command, maybe a little bit of redemption for last week after the bounty was collected. And he comes out of turn number 4. Going to see the doctor's jacket this time. 1 to go for the 65 of Chris Jackson. And here comes the 15H of Jeremy Hazel. Coming through 3, coming out of turn number 4 for the final time in heat race number 1, the 65 of Chris Jackson. Followed by the 15H of Jeremy Hazel. All right, your J2 race cars, USRA Modified Heat Race number 2, gonna line up like this. Starting on the pole in the F1, Mitchell Franklin. On his outside in the 18H, Justin Newman. Row number 2, starting on the inside in the 14W, is gonna be Dustin Walker. On his outside in the number 6, Jay Flynn. Mitchell Franklin last week winning the bounty on Chris Jackson's head. Gonna lead on the pole tonight. Looking for the green flag, and here we come. Down the front stretch for your J2 USRA Modifieds. As Mitchell Franklin gonna jump out to an early race lead. Down the back chute, they're gonna go. Fall single, file early. As here comes Justin Newman there trying to get a good run out of turn number 4 right now. Lap number 1's gonna go to Mitchell Franklin. Newman, Walker, and Flynn, how they go right now. As Mitchell Franklin trying to do what he did last week, check out early and often. But right now, Justin Newman just staying right within striking distance as we are 2 laps in the books. Another one in the books for the F1 of Mitchell Franklin. Justin Newman, Dustin Walker, Jay Flynn right now. But here we're going to have to start battle brewing up for a second. As Walker getting to the inside of Newman, coming into turn number 3, going to poke that nose in there down low. Got a good run coming out of turn number 4. A little bit too much sideways coming out for Walker. 2 sideways out of turn number 4. Lost a little bit of ground on Newman, but Mitchell Franklin says, you guys battle it out. I want to check out. Down the front stretch, Mitchell Franklin going to get another one in the books. Newman, Walker, Flynn, how they're rounding out right now for your 4 cars. Mitchell Franklin going into turn number 3. There goes Newman into 3. Walker right behind him still. Battling it out there. If you're watching on Show Me Dirt, you're getting a heck of a view. Newman right now holding a good one. Walker sent it in a little hard. Going to get a little sideways coming out of turn number 2. Lose a little bit more ground. But right now, it's all the Mitchell Franklin show. Coming out of turn number 4, we're going to see the doctor's jacket. 1 to go for the F1 of Mitchell Franklin. Down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time for heat race number 2. Gonna be the F1 of Mitchell Franklin, followed by Newman and Walker. And Jay Flynn gonna round out your field. All right, race fan, we're going to have a quick intermission break. Don't forget to go down to the concession stand, grab something to eat, grab something from the beer garden. Tell them I sent you. Ice cold beer down there as we... All right, race fans, and as well, don't forget, after the races is over, kids, parents, take your kids pit side. There's a bunch of pictures out there that they've got signed and ready to rock and roll for you young fans. So if you want to go see these cars and race teams up close and personal, you can head over pit side and go see the cars and teams up close and personal. It's okay. Well, I just got told you adults can go too. So good times down there if you want to see what goes on in the pits. It's a great time down there, race fans. The drivers absolutely love it when you guys come out there and hang out with them for a little bit. It's going to be a great night for that. All right, race fans, make your way back to the grandstands as we get ready to rock and roll. Super stock style feature event time. This is how they're going to line up. Starting on the pole in the 1D, Daniel Deason. On his outside in the 820, Jimmy Thomas. Row number 2, starting on the inside, will be the 05 of Dale Berry on his outside, and the 164 of Michael Muskrat. Row number 3, starting on the inside, will be the 7 of Joshua Lewis on his outside, the 45 of Aaron Poe. Row number 4, starting on the inside, is going to be the 32 of Jim Button on his outside, the 56 of Mark Davis, and starting shotgun in the 21W, going to be Ted Welshmeyer. Gonna roll in a little bit of moisture right now. We get ready for feature racing here at Midway Speedway. Gonna light them up 2x2 track. Looks good, race fans. Hey, when they come by this time, give them a wave. They're gonna come by one more time and get ready to go racing. Green next time. Deason and Thomas on your front row. Down the back stretch, lights are off. Keith, the flag man, gonna do his little jig up there in the flag stand, looking for the green flag. It's feature time here at the mighty Midway Speedway. Deason and Thomas there side by side. Davis had a little bit of contact towards the back of the field. Going to get through it. Okay, Deason off early to the race lead. Oh, big trouble. Contact 3 and 4. Barry, Poe, Davis, Welshmeyer in the 32 of Jim Button. We're going to watch the Midwest Sheet Metal instant replay right here as the Joker caution flag coming around. Oh, 5 there. Barry spinning in front of the field. Gonna go back to the original restart again on Midwest Sheet Metal instant replay. The 05 of Barry just got loose in front of everybody and collected them. As we got a wrecker out there, Barry and Poe collected in the middle of 3 and 4. Welshmeyer did a good job getting on the brakes there, avoiding that one. The 56 of Mark Davis pulled pit side. Looked like the 7 of Joshua Lewis did as well. As they're getting Barry and Poe unconnected over there. In 3 and 4 still. Joker welding caution still in the air here. Everyone trying to win on lap number 1. Tough break for the 7 Joshua Lewis. A lot of front end damage. His helmet's off in the pits. His night is done. As Aaron Poe climbs out of his car as it's getting hooked up to the wrecker. Tough break for the 45 of Aaron Poe there. Field's going to get restacked. Been a great night, great Friday night out here in the Ozarks. Beautiful night. June 10th, can't ask for much better, cooler weather than what we have right now. 05 Barry able to continue. So the front row is going to be Daniel Deason and Jimmy Thomas. A lot of smoke coming off the 05 of Barry there. As they got the 45 of Poe there hooked up. Race fans, as he comes down the front stretch, give him a wave, give him a cheer. Tough break for the 45 of Aaron Poe. Give him a wave, give him a clap, let him know you appreciate coming out here tonight and trying to put on a show for you race fans. Tough break for the 45 there of Aaron Poe. And by the looks of the angle I can see, that does not look very good. That's your last year's national champion for your Power I Super Stocks. All right, so the 32 of Jim Button is option to go. Tailback's got something wrong with the front end. Rolling a little bit of moisture there in turns 3 and 4. Tough break. Just got news. The 56 of Mark Davis will not make it back out. Lots of damages from what I'm hearing on the 56 ride there. So Mark Davis, Aaron Poe, and Joshua Lewis not able to continue after lap 3, quarter pandemonium in 3 and 4. All right, race fans, when they come to the line, lights are going to go off. We're going to go back to green flag racing action. Deason and Thomas, your front row. Muskrat, Welshmeyer, row number 2. Lights are off, race fans. We're going to go back to feature racing here at Midway Speedway. Keith the flagman's going to do his jig one more time. Looking for the green flag. Deason going to be your pole man, and here we go. Feature racing at the mighty Midway Speedway. Decent off to a good start, down into 1 and 2. Got a good jump on Thomas. Down the back chute, they're going to fall. Welshmeyer on a good run on the high side. Up and sliding around Muskrat out of turn number 4 as the 32 of Jim Button had some steering troubles, wanted to go tail back to see if he could do it. Could not get it done. Joker welding caution going to come out with 1 lap in the books. The 32 had no steering there as he's got to hop there. Yeah, look, yep, shredded that tire. As he will make the way to the pits. The 820 of Jimmy Thomas getting the call. .820 of Jimmy Thomas going to go to the high side. Muskrat going to go to the low side. Welshmeyer and Barry going to follow in behind them. All right, race fans, we got 1 lap in the books. Decent Thomas, Muskrat, Welshmeyer, and Barry looking for the green flag. Here we come. Back to green flag race in action down the front stretch. Decent off to a good race start. Out of turn number 2, down the back chute. They're going to go Decent, your race leader. Muskrat, they're getting around the 820 of Thomas. Going to go in through 3 and 4. Thomas and Barry going to go to the high side of the speedway. Decent going to lead lap number 1. Muskrat second. Thomas, Welshmeyer, and Barry your top 5. Down the back chute, they're going to go slicing and dicing right now. Muskrat right now, your second place car sitting right there as Decent's going to lead another lap. Muskrat right there trying to reel him in the second spot. Welshmeyer trying to get to the back of the 820. 820 there of Thomas, though, on a good run right now, sitting in third. Decent on the low side of the speedway coming out of turn number 4. Gonna lead another one, slides to the high side of the speedway. Muskrat trying to run the same line, trying to find a little bit different through 1 and 2 as we got a battle for third as Welshmeyer to the inside of Thomas. Thomas bobbles a little bit coming out of turn number 2. Thomas going to drive hard back to the bumper and have to get off the throttle before he crashes into the back of Welshmeyer as we stay green flag racing. Decent right now, your race leader, Muskrat, Welshmeyer, Thomas, and Barry's going to be their top 5. As the field's starting to get a little scattered out right now around the speedway. Decent right there in the 1D, putting on a good show right now. Michael Muskrat, though, trying to wheel him in as the Thomas got high coming out of turn number 2, almost into the wall. As the 32 of Button comes back on the track. Got the tire fixed, going to try to turn some laps here. As Decent right now going to get the halfway to go signal. He's been in full control with green flag laps in the books as Muskrat bobbles it a little bit through 1 and 2. Ted Welshmeyer there sitting in third as the field is real spread out currently. Decent going across the stripe. Now Muskrat. Now Welshmeyer, your top 3 right now. As Decent, now he is the chess player alone on prom night coming out of turn number 4. Caution in 1 and 2, the 32 of Jim Button. That's going to be his second caution on him. Joker welding caution flag coming out here on the speedway. He spun all by himself there. He's had some steering issues tonight. All right, Michael Muskrat getting told to pick his lane choice here on the Delaware double file restart. That's going to collapse the field and get them all bunched back up together. 5-car shootout. Five laps remaining. Deason. Deason right now, your race leader, but Muskrat right there. And Welshmeyer has worked his way up into the top 3. Looking for the green flag, 5 laps remaining. Who's gonna take their trip to victory lane for the first time tonight? Championship chase, week number 7 on the line. As Deason gets off to a beautiful restart. Here comes Welshmeyer and Muskrat. Welshmeyer on the high side coming out of turn number 4. Drag race for seconds gonna go to Muskrat right now on the inside of Welshmeyer, but Welshmeyer's not giving an inch back down there on the high side. Little battle for second still rages Welshmeyer and Muskrat. Welshmeyer gonna drive in a little hard out of turn number 4 though, but Muskrat's gonna get that second spot back. Deason better find a throttle button quick, because here comes the 164 of Michael Muskrat. All over the back of the 1D as they come into turn number 3. Welshmeyer's right there as well. Welshmeyer's gonna check up a little bit down the front chute. They're gonna go. Deason got Muskrat to his back bumper. A little bit of contact there going into turn number 2. Deason knows he's there now. Got back on the throttle going into 3. Muskrat gonna drive it down low into 3 and 4. Coming out of turn number 4, gonna see the 1 to go, race fans. It's gonna be 1 to go. It's checkers or records. Michael Muskrat trying to make a run to the Deason, but Deason gets a good run down the back stretch. Coming into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. Daniel Deason. Michael Muskrat, Ted Welshmeyer, your top 3. Oh, what a run for the 1D of Daniel Deason. All right, race fans, your Power Eye Midwest Modified main event. 15 laps the distance, and here's how they're gonna line up. Starting on the pole in the 32, Smokin' Joe Francis. On his outside in the 64, Pete Richardson. Row number 2, starting on the inside, the 25 of Billy Jones. On his outside, the 33 of Anthony Sliders Ferreira. Row number 3, starting on the inside, will be the 52 of Eric Tinderholt. On his outside, the 57X of Russell Venters. Row number 4, starting on the inside, will be the number 4 of Caleb Rhodes. On his outside, the 15R of Oakley Ragland. Row number 5, starting on the inside, will be the 14X of Derek the Madman Davis. On his outside, the 68 of Donnie Betts. Row number 6, starting on the inside, will be the 05 of Cheyenne Bauman. On her outside, the 6T of Austin Treadway. Row number 7, starting on the inside, will be the 21 of Mason Roden. On his outside, the 14 of Derek Collins. And row number 8 on the inside will be the 28 of Wesley Briggs. On his outside, the 42 of Trevor Ellingson. All right, race fans, lights are off. Little go green flag race in action with your Norris Logging Power Midwest Modified. Peter Richardson, Joe Francis there on the front row. Billy Jones, Anthony Ferreira, Eric Tinderholt, Russell Ventures, your front 3 rows. Keith the flagman getting ready to do his jig right there, looking for the green flag. Feature racing time here at the mighty Midway Speedway. Smoking Joe Francis off to a good start. Here comes Richardson back to the inside, gonna bump that bumper. Anthony Ferreira to the high side. Looking to jump into that 3 spot, the 33. Gonna start painting the corners right now. Right now, though, but lap number 1's gonna go to the 32 of Joe Francis. Ferreira trying to get to the outside, gonna run it up to the high side a little bit higher. Richardson and Francis playing a little bit of keep away there on the low side. The 52 at Tinderholt up there in 4th, and Billy Jones in 5th, but here comes Richardson driving hard into turn 4. A little bit of contact with Francis. Ferreira to 2nd on that one with the contact, and here comes the 33. Anthony Ferreira got a good run out of turn number 2. Joe Francis got a little loose. We're 3 wide through 3 and 4. Ferreira on the high side, Richardson on the low side. Down the front stretch, Ferreira to the race lead. Anthony Ferreira, the former baseball pitcher. Peter Richardson going to drive back to the inside. Richardson got about a car length. Ferreira go to the high side. Richardson there on the low, coming out of turn number 4. What a battle we have right now with your top 4 cars. Peter Richardson to the race lead right now. 15 laps was going to be the distance tonight, and Peter Richardson right now knows he's got a short amount of time to hold off the hard charging of Anthony Ferreira. Eric Tinderholt working his way up there in the 52 as he's sitting in that 3rd spot. Joe Francis sitting in 4th. Billy Jones sitting in 5 as Derek the Madman Davis has worked his way up there as well. Down the backstretch though, Peter Richardson still holding off a hard charging Anthony Ferreira out of turn number 4. Ferreira still on the high side, Richardson on the low. Petey has got to go in the Rockin' Racing 64. Down out of turn number 2, he's got a good run on the low side as Joe Francis and Eric Tinderholt make a little bit of contact. Lots of racing your top 4 cars right now. Almost throw a blanket over them. As Peter Richardson going to lead another one, but Ferreira trying to find something still on that high side as he's going to work his way down the low end of the speedway. Trying to find something down there as we got caution in 4. The 05 of Cheyenne Bauman and the 21 of Mason Roden going around there in turn number 1 and going to bring out the Joker Welding caution flag. Oh, what an absolute race we have going on right now between your top 4 drivers. Peter Richardson, Anthony Ferreira, Eric Tinderholt, Joe Francis have put on an absolute beauty of a feature so far. Richardson right now, though, has raced Ferreira for a while. Ferreira, those 2 drivers know each other very, very well. Again, those of you watching on showmedirt.tv and those of you out here in the stands, if you didn't know, Anthony Ferreira did get called up to the majors a few times for the St. Louis Cardinals, pitched most of his time there with the Springfield Cardinals, the Double-A affiliate. Spent some time pitching down in Mexico professionally as well. So tough break there for the 05 Cheyenne Bowman and the 21 of Mason Roden. They brought out the Joker Welding caution flag though. Pete Richardson, your race leader. Ferreira chooses a low line here on the Delaware double foul restart. Good run here for the 52 of Eric Tinderholt, sitting there in the top 3, but Joe Francis, him and Peter Richardson had a little bit of contact down the back stretch when Richardson took the race lead, and Francis has just been stuck in that 4th spot. Lights are off. Looking to go green flag racing. Keith the flagman going to do his jig one more time, looking for the green flag. Back to green flag action here at the mighty Midway Speedway. Good jump there for the 52 of Tinderholt. He's going to jump to the 2nd real quick. Richardson still going to run. We got a lot of contact down the backstretch. bumping and banging. That looks like the 15R of Oakley Ragland. As we watch the Midwest Sheet Metal Instant Replay as the Joker Welding Caution comes out as the 15R. And Donnie Betts got into Derek Davis, and everyone made it through, but Oakley Ragland there stopped in the middle of turn 1, bringing out the Joker Welding Caution. We're going to get them stacked and packed there. The Midwest Sheet Metal Instant Replay running right there. Those of you watching on ShowMeDirt.tv, Thomas and crew doing a phenomenal job up there tonight. Going to be a single file restart. Your race leader, though, Pete Richardson, the 64, got to go, the Rockin' R Racing machine right there. Lights are off. Looking to go back to green flag racing action. Richardson, Ferreira, Tenderholt, Francis, Billy Jones, your top 5. Got to pass the flag stand before they can make passes. Oh, when the green comes out, they're good to go. So here we go. Slicing and dicing early. Francis up on 3 wheels, trying to get a good run on the high side. Around Tenderholt. Not going to stick there. They're going to fall as Richardson got off to a good restart. Coming in through 3 and coming out of turn number 4, 64 of Pete Richardson. Still your race leader. Ferreira has got Tenderholt all over his bumper and smoking. Joe Francis is right there. As Tenderholt gets to the inside of Ferreira down the backstretch, we got a battle brewing for second. Coming in through 3. Ferreira going to slide high up to the speedway. Almost 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. Oh, what a beautiful track we got going here tonight for us race fans. Peter Richardson, y'all battle it out. I want to start pulling away from the field right now. Peter Richardson right now going in through 3, coming out of turn number 4. Anthony Ferreira still in second. As Joe Francis on the inside of Tenderholt running for that, trying to get that 3rd spot. Ferreira has moved to the low side of the speedway. Down the backstretch though, Richardson's got about a 4-car length lead right now in the 33 of Anthony Ferreira. Then Tenderholt, Francis, Jones, and Davis going to be your top 6 cars right now. As we got slicing and dicing every which way you look right now. Cheyenne Bauman right there in the back towards the rear of the field, doing a good run right now, making her line. Getting some good laps turning here as Peter Richardson's got her set on cruise control, and he himself is going to be the man on prom night all by himself. Into turn number 3, coming out of turn number 4, lap traffic is getting ready to be an issue for the 64 of Peter Richardson. Anthony Ferreira still holding off the 52 of Tenderholt and the 32 of Joe Francis. Richardson, caution as Derek the Madman Davis in the 14X going around there in turn number 4, going to bring Joker Welding Caution out. And that's going to crunch the field up again. Peter Richardson has been on point with his restarts tonight. The Joker Welding Caution's coming out again, as we can see there on ShowMeDirt.tv. Derek Davis going around there in turn number 4. Been an absolute beauty of a feature right here. Pete Richardson, Anthony Ferreira, Eric Tenderholt, Joe Francis, and the 25 of Billy Jones going to be your top 5. Your Norris Logging POWRi Midwest Mod main event, been a good one so far. All right, 2 laps to go, race fans. Pick your favorite to win it now. Coming out of turn number 4, here we go. Green flag in the air. Peter Richardson off to a great start, but so is the 52 of Eric Tinderholt. Tinderholt to the high shine, gonna come around to the outside of Ferreira. Ferreira gonna... Gonna single file a Cheyenne Bauman and Rodden got collected there. Did not get a lap through. We still have 2 laps remaining. We're gonna single file it up. Eric Tinderholt had an absolutely great restart. So Peter Richardson, Anthony Ferreira, Eric Tinderholt, Joe Francis, Billy Jones, still your top 5. Rhodes, Briggs, Betts, Treadway, Venters, Ragland, Two laps to go. Gonna get them bumper to bumper. Lights are off. Gonna be a 2-lap shootout. Richardson, Ferreira, Tinderholt. Joe Francis back up to that 4th spot. Hold on to your seats, race fans. They're gonna come by 2 more times to go. Oh, Francis got into the back of Tinderholt. Ferreira to the high shine, trying to get a good run. Nothing doing. Gonna have to drive back down to the low side of the speedway. P.D. Richardson off to a great start into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, gonna see the 1 to go. This time is checkers or wreckers, as here comes Tinderholt to the inside of Ferreira. Into turn number 1, Peter Richardson, your race leader. Tinderholt to the inside of Ferreira. Eric Tinderholt on an absolute rail out of turn number 2. Coming through turn number 3 for the final time for your Norris Logging Power IMCA Midway Modifieds. Checkered flags going to the 64 of Peter Richardson. Eric Tinderholt 2nd, Anthony Ferreira 3rd, Joe Francis 4th, Billy Jones 5th. Oh, what an absolute run by the 64 of Peter Richardson. Eric Tinderholt with a solid run. Anthony Ferreira as well. Gonna be your top 3. But 64 of Pete Richardson gonna be your feature winner tonight. In the chase for the championship, night number 7. Gonna make his way to the infield of victory lane. All right, race fans, getting ready for your late model main event. As Peter Richardson's going to go deep into the infield to get his pictures taken. And here's how your late model main event's going to line up. Starting on the pole in the 88 is going to be Isaac Keeper. On his outside in the 13, Sean Whitman. Row number 2, starting on the inside, is going to be the 4A of Dustin Atkinson. On his outside, the 93D of Josh Dugan. Row number 3, starting on the inside, will be the 52 of Stephen Price. On his outside, the 00 of Landon Harris. And starting shotgun, the 5 Junior of Noah Ames. Lights are off. We're going to go green flag race in late model style here at the mighty Midway Speedway. Here in beautiful Lebanon, Missouri on a beautiful Friday night in the Ozarks. $600 to win. Green flags in the air. Isaac Keeper going to lead them into 1 and 2. Isaac Keeper there in the 88, one of the best numbers in sports history. Coming out of turn number 4 in the lap number 1's going to go to him as Atkinson making a good run here on the 13 of Whitman. As we come down through 1 and 2, as we got the 5 Junior of Noah Ames going around there in turn number 4. Going to bring out Joker Welding caution flag number 1 tonight for your late model main event. Race fans, when I say the best number in sports history, to me, I think of the Chiefs' great Tony Gonzalez. And the thing is when I say that name now, most fans go, who's he? And it really shows my age. Feeling a little old when people don't know who Tony Gonzalez is, and all they can say is, well, Travis Kelce. But Isaac Keeper himself, he's a big Chiefs fan. Got to spend a few times with him when he was with the Cash Money Series. Those of you that know, I got the Behind the Wheel where I interview drivers, and I got a chance to interview Isaac. Great guy right there. If he's not racing, he's typically at Arrowhead Stadium. So is the 88 Isaac Keeper. Led lap number 1. 15 laps on the docket for your late models tonight. Whitman and Atkinson right there in row number 2. Dugan and Price. Row number 3 looking for the green flag with 14 laps to go. Back to race in action here at the mighty Midway Speedway, and Keeper off to a great start. But here comes Atkinson on the high side. Oh, your Price got to the back bumper of Whitman. Everyone's going to get through that one all right, but Atkinson got something working for him on the high side right now. Running out of turn number 4. Keeper's going to lead another lap, but Atkinson right now getting to that back bumper of that 88 as we are going to have a caution again on the speedway. The 5JR of Noah Ames going around there again in turn number 4. That's his second caution by himself. He's going to have to take it pit side. His night is done. As there goes Petey Richardson back to the race with that $300 check in hand. Isaac Keeper still your race leader, but Dustin Atkinson trying to find something there on the high side, but Whitman still right there with him. Dugan, Price, and Landon Harris going to round out the field right now. 2 laps in the book, 13 laps to go. Coming to the line, lights are going to go off. We're going to go back to green flag racing for your Spectrum Designs late model main event. Keith, the flagman's going to do his little jig for the late models this time. Isaac Keeper looking to drop the hammer. One more time, here we go. 13 laps is the rest of the distance on this one. Sean Whitman got a good jump there on the high side. Price and Dugan going to bump and bang through 1 and 2. Atkinson, though, getting back to the rear bumper of the 88 Keeper. Coming through turn number 4 right now, though it's still been the Isaac Keeper show. As it's one of his first nights out, had to wait for his motor to get finished. As Keeper going through 3 and 4, Atkinson right there, Whitman right there with him as well. Landon Harris spun in 1 and 2, but kept it going. Great job by him to keep it going and keep his green flag race in action. As Isaac Keeper right now putting on an absolute clinic. Atkinson, though, trying to close the gap. Whitman going to slide high out of turn number 4. Dugan and Price going to be your top 5 right now on the speedway. Keeper mentioned earlier that this is one of the smoothest tracks he's seen in a long time, and he is having an absolute blast of a run right now. Gonna cross the stripe, still your race leader. Dustin Atkinson, though, trying to find something for him. Sean Whitman trying to get a little something. He's trying a couple different lines. As Isaac Keeper gonna come out of turn number 4 for another time in the books. Laps ticking down here for your Spectrum Design late model main event. Isaac Keeper going to get cross flags this time halfway through. Atkinson going to the high side of the speedway, trying to find a little something up there. It was working for him earlier. As Atkinson's going to go high through 3 and 4. But right now it's all the Isaac Keeper show. As lap traffic is getting ready to be an issue with the 00 of Landon Harris. Landon Harris trying to stay high. Here comes Keeper to the low side coming out of turn number 4. Laps ticking down here. It's still the Keeper show. Atkinson trying multiple different lines on the speedway, trying to find something to catch that 88. But the 88 right now just says, hey, I'm on cruise control, boys. Let's just go park it in victory lane for a $600 payday. But down the front stretch, 11 laps in the book as Keeper now getting around the 00 of Landon Harris. First lap car going down tonight. Atkinson going to have to switch up lines, trying to find a little something. Whitman there sitting in 3rd. Josh Dugan 4th. Price in 5th. Atkinson gets around the lap car, goes back to the low side of the speedway. Right now, it's been Isaac Keeper all by himself on the front row as we got one going around, almost going to try to keep it going on the low side of the speedway. Great job by Landon Harris, keeping it going after meeting the infield tractor tire. But coming out of turn number 3, coming through 4, gonna see the white flag this time. One more lap to go for the 88 of Isaac Keeper. Coming through turn, here comes Atkinson trying to get a good run and give it everything he has with 1 quarter to go through. Coming through 3, coming out of turn number 4 for the final time tonight. Checkered flag going to the 88 of Isaac Keeper. Dustin Atkinson coming in 2nd, and Sean Whitman coming home 3rd. Oh, what an absolute clinic the 88 of Isaac Keeper put on right there. Race fans, make some noise for the 88 of Isaac Keeper. All right, now race fans, extra money to win for your Power Eye Pure Stock main event. $400 up for grabs for courtesy of 4G Home Improvement and Wild Oak Campground. This is how the main event's gonna line up. Starting on the pool in the 8K is gonna be Tyler Knudsen on his outside. In the 1K, Brandon Knudsen. Row number 2, starting on the inside, will be the 5 of Justin McDowell on his outside. The 6 ER of Jeff Helton. Row number 3, starting on the inside, will be the 12 of Greg Dykstra on his outside. The 4 of Dusty Rhodes. Row number 4, starting on the inside, will be the 17 of Austin Wilson on his outside. The 42 of Levi Harris. Row number 5, starting on the inside, will be the 21 of Carson Groniger on his outside. The 6 of Corey Henson. Row number 6, starting on the inside, will be the 14 of Jonathan Finley on his outside. The 14-year-old. The 41 of Acola Harris. And starting shotgun in the 47A, Jack Wood. 15 laps going to be your distance, race fans. $400 on the line. Green flag coming at you. Feature time. $400 on the line for your Pure Stocks. As the 8K of Tyler Knudsen going to take an early race lead out of turn number 2. But here comes the 5 of Justin McDowell on the inside of Brandon Knudsen. Into turn number 3. Here comes the field. Going to slice in, dice in, everything nice out of turn number 4. As Levi Harris making a good run there in the 42 on the outside of the 17 of Austin Wilson. As the field comes right now, it's still the 8K of Tyler Knudsen. Acola Harris right there in the 41 there, getting some good lap times in. As Levi Harris going around, we got a pile up traffic jam, pure pandemonium in turn number 4. Levi Harris there, the 42, the 21 of Carson Groniger. The 47A of Jack Wood. And it looks like the 6 of Corey Henson going to bring out Joker Welding caution flag number 1. for your Macadoodles Power Eye Pure Stock main event tonight. Gonna get them all lined out. Carson Groniger there, the 21. Looked to be a little high centered there on the berm. Looks like everybody's able to continue to go. 2 laps in the books here for the main Pure Stock main event. We still have the front row, the Knudsen's right there. AK of Tyler Knudsen right now, your race leader. Race fans, that 41 of McCoy Harris there has one eye, 14 years old, out here turning laps in Big Brother's car. Love the future of the sport is with these young race fans there. So when you have drivers like the 41 out here, young gun there, turning laps, they might not be at the front of the pack every night, but race fans, that's the future of the sport right there. All right, race fans, 2 laps in the books, 13 laps to go. Tyler Knudsen on the point. Justin McDowell, Brandon Knudsen on row number 2. Green flag back in the air. $400 still on the line tonight. It has not been claimed yet. 13 laps to figure that one out as we got them slicing and dicing. Almost 3 wide out of turn number 2 through the center of the field. Down into 3 and 4 your race leaders go, though. It's going to be Tyler Knudsen in the 8K. Your race leader. And Big Brother right behind him. And here comes the 5 of Justin McDowell. Oh, we got a lot of contact going out in turn number 1, the 42A of Jack Wood going high into the wall. The 6ER of Jeff Helton going around. They're going to bring out the Joker Welding caution. Joker Welding caution back out on the speedway. I looked up and saw the 47A of Jack Wood just flying into the turn 1 wall as he stops. It was stopped high off of turn number 2, now back under power and rolling through 3 and 4. Six ER as Jeff Helton as well. Lots of bumping and banging early, middle through the field. 3 laps in the books. Tyler Knudsen, your race leader, 3 laps into this one. Going to pace him down the backstretch, looking for the green flag. Keith, the flagman, going to do his jig again. Those calves have got to be burning by now. Green flag's back in the air, still $400 up to grab. Knudsen's going to rumble into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes the rest of the field, single file bumper to bumper, banging and ringing down the backstretch. Levi Harris got a little bit of sideways coming out of turn number 2, going to collect it and not collect any other cars. Good job keeping the 42 straight right now, but here comes the 8K though. Your race leader, Tyler Knudsen. Lap sticking down. Tyler Knudsen still your race leader. Brandon Knudsen there in the 1K trying to reel him in. We got a couple different packs of cars right now. The 5 of Justin McDowell and the 4 of Rhodes going to come out and battle it for third. Right now is Tyler Knudsen. Your race. Caution on the speedway. High off of turn number 4. That's going to be the 41 of the 14-year-old. Acola Harris going around right there. Going to bring out the Joker Welding caution flag again. Race fans, 14 years old. You got to love it. Getting some track time. Eight laps to go. Going to get him double filed. Brandon Knudsen going to pick his lane choice. Going to go to the low side of the speedway. Lights are off. It'll go green. Flag racing still trying to chase that $400 payday. 4G Home Improvement and Wild Oak Campground coming in to help us put on a good show tonight on this one. Green flag back in the air. Here they come down into turn number 1. Down the back stretch, they're going to start falling single file into 3 and 4. Right now, it's all been Tyler Knudsen, Brandon right behind him, Dusty Rhodes, Justin McDowell, Greg Dykstra, your top 5 right now. As the 6 of Corey Henson has worked his way through a caution as Levi Harris goes around, hits the infield tractor tire, and stands it up perfectly in the middle of 1 to 2. Midwest Sheet Metal Instant Replay. Right here on Show Me Dirt. As Levi Harris ran over the infield tractor tire, trying to run a little too low on the speedway, and I have never in my life seen the infield tractor tire get hit and stand up perfectly. Is he strong enough to flip it over? I'm going to roll it, Eight laps in the books. I think he just told that tire the what for. Right now, though, it's all been the 8K of Tyler Knudsen. Big brother of the 1K of Brandon Knudsen trying to reel him in. The 4 of Dusty Rhodes, the 5 of Justin McDowell, Greg Dykstra, your top 5. Single file restart. Looking for the green flag, and here they come out of turn number 4. Still $400 still on the line, just waiting to be claimed. Oh, Dusty Rhodes got a little squirrely out of turn number 4. McDowell's going to open it up. As Acola Harris trying to keep it going. Out of turn number 4 we come. Keeps it going. Great job by the young driver to keep it under power as we can still tick down another lap. As Brandon Knudsen trying to close the gap on a little brother of the 8K, Tyler Knudsen. Down into 3 and 4. Here comes the field. Going to have some lap traffic getting ready to become an issue. As Dusty Rhodes got pinched between the wall and a hard place there, and he shuffles way back in the field as Acola Harris has got the leaders right behind him getting ready to come down the front stretch. The 41 of Acola Harris there again, 14-year-old driver. Right now, though, it's still the 8K. Tyler Knudsen still your race leader. Coming out of turn number 4, going to lead another lap in the books. Brandon Knudsen behind him. Justin McDowell, Greg Dykstra, and Corey Henson's moved up into that. Laps ticking down. It's been the Knudsen show tonight, though. But right now, watch the 41 of the 14-year-old getting some good laps here with these guys, picking a good line and running good with the guys up the front, even though he is a lap down. But right now, it's all the Knudsen show right now. Here comes your race leader. Going to see the doctor's jacket. The 8K of Tyler Knudsen. Going to go into one for the final time. It's going to be checkers or wreckers. The brother battle down the back chute. Here we come into turn number 3 for the final time. $400 on the line coming out of turn number 4. Checkered flags in the air for Tyler Knudsen. Brandon Knudsen coming home second, and coming in third, going to be the 5 of Justin McDowell. $400 richer for Tyler Knudsen, courtesy of 4G Home Improvement and Wild Oak Campground. All right, race fans, it's time for your J2 car USRA Modified main event. Here's how they're going to line up. Starting on the pole in the 65, Chris Jackson. On his outside, the F1, Mitchell Franklin. Row number 2, starting on the inside, will be the 15H of Jeremy Hazel. On his outside, the 18H of Justin Newman. Row number 3, starting on the inside, will be the 216 of Philip Jackson. On his outside, the 14W of Dustin Walker. And starting row number 4 on the inside will be the 71C of Cody Crabtree. On his outside, the 6 of Jay Flynn. Green flag action here for your USRA Modifieds. Mitchell Franklin dethroned Chris Jackson last week, collected that bounty, and Chris Jackson off to an early race lead down the back chute into turn number 3. And Newman right there on the back of the F1 of Mitchell Franklin coming out of turn number 4. Lap number 1's going to go to the 65 of Chris Jackson. Down the turn number 2 out of the speedway right now. Chris Jackson trying to get a good run here on the F1 of Mitchell Franklin, trying to get a little bit of redemption after last week. But here comes the 18H, Justin Newman, trying to reel him in. Jeremy Hazel and the 14W of Dustin Walker sitting there in your top 5 right now on the speedway. Chris Jackson, Mitchell Franklin right now both know how to get away around the mighty Midway. As they come out of turn number 4, another lap going to be in the books for the 65 of Chris Jackson. Coming out of turn number 4 again, Chris Jackson, still your race leader. Mitchell Franklin trying to reel him in, trying to run that low line now. Mitchell Franklin was running on the high side, a little bit of rubber down there on the low side. Hey, as Newman right now kind of losing some ground on your race leaders, as right now it's been all the Chris Jackson show. He's got her figured out early and often right here around the mighty Midway, and that is a tribute to the way this man can drive. Mitchell Franklin trying to reel him in. Looks like by the eye test he's getting closer with every corner. Jackson's got a good drive off, but Franklin a little smoother through the corners. As there Jackson drives off good out of the corner. Franklin good entry. Jackson good exit. And Franklin going to try something different through turn number 4. Going to jump to the high side of the speedway. Almost get up into the wall. That was almost a bad gamble there for the F1. And he lost some ground there on the 65 of Chris Jackson as we got one going around in turn number 4. The 216 of Philip Jackson going around in turn number 4, going to bring out the Joker Welding caution for the first time tonight for your J2 USRA B Modified. Oh, look at the F1 of Mitchell Franklin. Drove high in turn number 2 to show Chris Jackson, hey, I'm still here. Mitchell Franklin getting the call to pick his lane, top or bottom, picking the low side of the speedway. Newman's going to go high, everyone else is going to fall in behind that. The caution came out for the 216 of Philip Jackson. Going green flag racing, this time by for the... Here we go, $500 on the line. Chris Jackson, your race leader, but here comes Newman to the high shine. Got a good run working there for him there, but it doesn't stick. Franklin drove it hard out of turn number 2, got back to that second position. Justin Newman tried, gambled, got back to the low side of the speedway with Dustin Walker all over his back bumper. And Jeremy Hazel going to round out your top 5. Chris Jackson, though, still got the F1 as we got a battle for third as here comes Walker to the inside of Newman. Gonna get that one, get around him as we got a new third place car. They get ready to get another lap in the books. Chris Jackson right now, though, got Mitchell Franklin and Dustin Walker there, the top 3 cars. As Chris Jackson starting to slowly pull away again. Laps ticking down here. This is going to be lap number 10 in the books. As Walker trying to reel in the F1 of Mitchell Franklin. Got a solid run going on here right now as he looks, but the eye test looks to be a little faster than Franklin through the corners. Franklin, just like Jackson's got a good exit. Right now, though, still Chris Jackson, your race leader right there in the 65 machine. As they come out of turn number 4 with another lap getting cooked in the books for your J2 Race Cars USRA B Modified main event. Down the backstretch, Chris Jackson, Mitchell Franklin, Dustin Walker, and Newman gonna be your top 4. Jeremy Hazel rounding out the top 5. 2 laps to go. Chris Jackson all by himself on the front row. Started on the pool and hasn't looked back. Gonna see the doctor's jacket this time. Chris Jackson's got 1 lap to go into turn number 1 and 2 for the final time for the 65. Down the back chute, he's gonna go. Franklin's just not there to give him a run through 3. Coming out of turn number 4 for the final time and a $500 check for the 65 of Chris Jackson. Mitchell Franklin and Dustin Walker going to round out your podium. Absolute beautiful night of racing, race fans, as Chris Jackson going to get that big old paycheck right there, $500. There's going to be a couple late models going to be doing a little bit of hot lapping. Race fans, let them hear your feature winner, Chris Jackson. Race fans, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Don't forget you can head out to the pits here in a little bit. There's going to be a couple late models, going to be a few hot laps, but after that, when the flag man gets out from the flag stand, you can make your way across the track to the pits and go meet the drivers of the mighty Midway Speedway, Lebanon, Missouri. Race fans, it's been great hanging out with you tonight. As always, don't forget to be back here next week. All 5 classes going to be in action. Also, the first annual Kids Penny Scramble. From all of us here at Midway Speedway, thank you, everyone. Drive safe, and we'll see you right here next Friday night.